Well, it's time that this thing comes off the lift and your guys' Evo 9 goes on the lift. What is going on, my friends and family? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the start of the Evo 9 build that I'm giving away to one of you guys when it's all finished up. We are going to be waiting on parts for probably at least 4 to 6 weeks for the NSX. Perfect timing. Let's get that girl off the lift and start tearing into the 9. We need to pull the motor, the transmission, the whole drivetrain is coming out, as always. Perfect. This is a sad sight, man. We were making such good progress on the NSX. Alrighty, let's start pulling some stuff off. So I'm gonna remove the front end, the headlights, the bumper, radiator's gonna come out. Of course, intercooler piping, intake, battery, turbo kit can stay on, intake can stay on. Disconnect wiring, power steering, AC, pull the AC compressor, and this whole power plant will be on the ground. This car has some seriously outdated stuff. Now it does have HID headlights, but for the fogs and for the high beams, they did these old school HIDs. Oh man, I'm excited to update all of this stuff. That is everything I removed for the fog and for the high beam. A little bit excessive. All fluids are drained. In order to pull the downpipe, we need to pull the lower intercooler pipe, that section there. In order to get that off, we got to pull the wastegate, and then we could pull the subframe after the downpipe is removed. There's a bolt and a nut on the bottom of the turbo holding the downpipe to the turbo. One is rounded off and one is seized. So I cannot get the downpipe off in the traditional fashion, but I have an idea of how I'm gonna get this off without cutting it in half. Haha. That was definitely not fun to remove that way. That was the only way I could think of to get it off without cutting the downpipe. With the downpipe off, we're gonna move on to getting the subframe out of here with the steering rack and control arms. So we need to get the wheels off, pull the axles, disconnect the tie rods, disconnect the lower control arm from knuckle. The knuckle and the brakes will stay on the car. Everything else will come off. Subframe and rack is removed. This assembly definitely needs a little bit of cleaning. Not much, maybe repowder coat the subframe. Control arm should clean up fine. Being that it's only 6 bolts, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the T-case right now. Sometimes I forget this, man, and it is such a pain. So make sure you pull out the shaft that runs through the transmission into the T-case. We have 3 things left: shifter cables, heater core hoses, and the wiring harness. And then we have motor mount, motor out. All right, so I have 3 jack stands underneath the power plant. 1, so it doesn't fall back, and 2, so it doesn't fall to the sides. Let's go ahead, pop the motor mounts, and lift the car up off the power plant. Man, I feel like I've done this so many times. I've probably done it, I wanna say 20, but maybe not that many times on Evos. I've done it a lot. Alrighty, motor should be ready to come out. Let's hope I didn't forget anything important. We should be good. Let's lift up the car slowly. I forgot one hose. One hose. Brake booster vacuum hose. Just like that, my friends, the motor and the transmission are out on the ground. Now we need to split the 2 and take a look at this clutch. It is indeed an Escalated clutch. And I've never ran one of these on Evo. This is a hydraulic throwout bearing. I'm gonna be honest, did not feel good whatsoever with this Escalated clutch. I'm curious how it's gonna feel with the ACT mod twin that we are installing. Hopefully tomorrow if it comes in, I overnighted one. The ACT clutch is already known for being soft. And based off of my experience with those hydraulic throwout bearings on Hondas, that makes it even more soft. So I'm very, very curious how it's gonna feel. ACT mod twin with the hydraulic throwout bearing. That looks cool. I always love seeing the power plant on the ground. Most of the time, the T-case is still installed. This time I decided, let's change it up a little bit and pull it while it's in the car. All right, clutch is out. Clutch is fine. This is an Exit triple, brand new. The discs are at 4mm thick, and the service limit is 3.2. All of these are at 3.7. But what is a problem is our hydraulic throwout bearing is completely seized up. So that's why it didn't drive good whatsoever. Throwout bearing is completely shot. And as to why the clutch was slipping, it is completely misadjusted. So either way, the transmission did need to come out to fix the throwout bearing. And honestly, I'm just gonna go back to what I know works perfect. OEM throwout bearing, ACT mod twin, OEM fork, OEM slave, OEM master, braided line. It's the perfect combo. I know it works, and I don't want to pull the transmission again in case we put a new hydraulic bearing on there and it still feels funny. Let's just do what we know works. Now, the only problem with that is I was not accounting for that. The car was supposed to be back on the road tomorrow with the new clutch because that shows up tomorrow. But of course, I don't have a random fork pin and spring set here unless I happen to just want to pull apart another Evo to steal it, which I don't. Remember, this car is going to one of you guys when it's all finished up. First link down in the description box below. Every $3 you spend gets you one entry to win the beloved Evo 9 when it's done. Not like this, but when it's mint. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Back to Evo content, feels good. And I'm gonna go home and sleep because I've been sick for almost a month now. Who else is non-stop sick these days? Bobby and I both. It's not going away.